Hello, Maria. Thank you again for this meeting. I was thinking, actually, I want to start with this because in the last live stream that we had with Brenda, we were talking about these words in Spanish that we thought they mean something else because they mean something else in English.
Yeah.
And I wanted, you said about the word embarazada. I'm embarrassed, embarazada.
Yeah.
And I was thinking always about the word when I came first to Spain, is the word estupendo,
Estupendo.
which says estupendo, estupendo. I say, why this guy says this guy is stupid? I mean, he's so good. Why is estupendo? And then then I realize it's something you don't understand correctly here. So today it's alternative methods to promote your business. That's the topic, right?
Interesting.
It's
I'm sure you have a lot to say.
I don't know if I have a lot to say, but I have to say certain things because it's something that I'm reevaluating the way I engage my business.
Okay.
Okay, and
Go ahead.
through my experience on promoting my business, I can tell you this: there are some things that work, certainly work, and I will mention which those things are, and other things that they don't work at all, which we know they don't work. And there are other things where there is like an obscurity or like an ambiguity, and
Okay.
you don't really know if that works or not. And I suspect, I'm not very, I don't trust these advertising guys, and I suspect this obscurity, it's on purpose.
On purpose.
And I will tell you why. Back in the day, before the internet was invented, you had like, yeah, 30 years ago, you had like a poster on the street, right?
Yeah.
Or an advertising on the newspaper.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you didn't know how many customers you won out of this advertising. There were no metrics.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we have all the metrics in the world. Why we still cannot put numbers that make sense behind? And I mean, I challenge normal people. I mean, look at you. Okay, I don't want to speak about you, but let me speak about me. So I am in this business, right? I'm not somebody completely outside of the internet sphere, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not like an IT specialist. That's not the case, right? But I'm quite engaged, and I don't get proper numbers. Okay, so now from my gut feeling, what I can tell from my gut feeling, I can tell you what works for me, what certainly doesn't work, and things where I think I really don't know and I cannot estimate.
Okay, go.
And then I will tell you also things that I know they work, which are more traditional and are the alternative methods on promoting your business. So in my case, what works is SEO.
Okay.
So SEO works. I get most of my clients through SEO. SEO is king. And SEO is king, and it's the real king. Advertising is not the real king. Because SEO, somebody that comes to you through SEO, it's somebody that has genuine interest on the service, the solution that you are selling. On the other side, advertising triggers an interest, which not always concludes to a sale, or you attract the wrong people. So SEO is better. One thing that I didn't realize at the beginning is because everybody is chasing the number one keyword. My advice would be create secondary keywords, low-hanging fruits, and chase them. And on those low-hanging fruits, you can have a very good positioning on Google, which attracts not too many people visiting. However, if you have many low-hanging keywords, and you get from every low-hanging keywords 10 visits a month, 30 visits a month. Then at the end, you can have some thousands of visits per month through this low-hanging fruit. So SEO certainly works. Another hard reality that I realized too late was that specific social media work for specific products. So you cannot have a B2B solution and advertise on TikTok or on Instagram. Your audience is not there. The mindset is different. So don't waste your time on being on a place where there is no audience to hear you. Now, on the LinkedIn outreach, and we are broadcasting this on LinkedIn, for B2B, it's the place to be. However, it's very hard for me to estimate the outreach that we have on LinkedIn. And I get the impression that everything that we do somehow stays among a circle that we have. I don't have transparency on that, I have to say. And it's something that, so I would put like this LinkedIn engagement on the obscure, let's say, part of the engagement online. But I want to say something to speak about the alternative methods to promote a business. There is what I said also before we open. So there is no replacement. An email cannot
supersede
a handshake.
Yeah.
An email cannot replace a handshake. And I see on my inbox, maybe a year ago, it was still managed. Now my inbox, it's an inbox that is filtered. I use specific tools that put in different folders, different emails that I receive. I gave up. My inbox right now has thousands of emails inside. It's out of control. What does this mean? This means that everybody's inbox is so much over flooded with information that is not of interest. So the value, the strength, the weight of the email that you sent is not the same as the weight that the email that you sent like 3 years ago. It's not the same anymore. So my intent, so those are methods which I don't have a personal feedback yet. However, I have a very strong gut feeling that those methods are going to work. One thing that I will start doing from the coming month is identifying decision makers that I would like to talk to and send them a letter, a normal letter by post, a personal letter, because I believe the probability to attract his attention through a letter is higher than sending an email.
Definitely.
Let's see, because I will keep the numbers and I will keep the stats, and they will have a link on the letter. It's going to be a link where they can have a call with me, and this is a specific link that I will monitor, and I will be in the position to tell you the result of this. And if you think that is expensive, it's not very expensive, Maria, because if you send, let's say, I will send 100 letters monthly. How much is that going to cost? Not too much.
No, but it's going to cost a lot of time. It's going to be time consuming writing those letters.
It's not very time consuming because you will have a template.
Yeah.
And of course, you're going to change the name. And
you're handwriting the letter, or are you printing?
No, I will not handwrite the letter. The letter is going to be
okay.
But let me tell you something important. So when I was a student, I was working in Germany in a store that was selling cigars and like expensive tobacco store. So this guy the owner of the store, was sending a letter to all his clients that he was signing.
Yeah.
So he put his signature.
Yeah.
So he had like, I remember him, this guy had like a package of printed letters, and he was putting signatures, and he was spending like 4 hours there signing. Says it takes some work, but it's really worth it. It makes a difference. So they're going to be signed from me.
Okay.
It's going to have no publicity inside. It's going to be a serious letter with his name.
Okay.
And I will sign it. So it's not going to be, it's going to have a personal touch, of course. But no, I will not handwrite, Maria.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh my God.
No.
Because that would get people's attention, a handwritten letter.
yes, I agree, but I think it goes a little bit too far.
Yeah.
So that is one thing.
Okay.
The second thing is my participation in exhibitions, and I prepared an old fashion style brochure, which I will give.
So you're going
surprised.
You're going back in time. You're like, I'm going
exactly. I go back in time. But I mean, I think there is no easy way, Maria. There is no easy way.
I agree.
You know, and it's so pity, because I think so many people, the message, we can add real value to people, and in the process the message gets lost.
Yeah, well, it's because there's a lot of people also out there trying to get their message across, so which makes it difficult for you to stick out of the mass.
I don't get the opportunity to stick out of the mass because the electronic media does not allow me to I mean, I can write things my way, which differentiates me, but again, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And so my intent is to participate in exhibitions, shake hands, and let's see what's going to be the outcome of all this.
Okay, cool.
So I have also some other things to say, but I would like to hear you also, because I think I talk too much.
No. So what works for me, it's been building relationships and my network. So that's most of my business has come through my network. So it's been leveraging. I'm lucky that I have a really good network, and it's been leveraging my network. So that has been through emails, through contacts, through, and maintaining those relationships. I think there's no secret. You get better clients and better leads if it comes through, a recommendation or somebody who you know. So that for me has been a big one. I would what I think works also to stick out, that you were saying you get out of the mass. There's several things. For me, I have a what I call a PR strategy.
Okay.
It's about what are the things I want to do to be, first noticed, recognized as an authority in my field, gain credibility, and be seen by as many people. So my PR strategy is about speaking. So I want to speak in as many places as I can. So events, online, whether I'm get invited to podcasts, do LinkedIn Lives with you. In communities, we have our own community, the MBA, which you came to.
Yes.
So I get to speak there, Toastmasters. Any place where I can speak is an opportunity for me to be seen, to be recognized, and to be heard. So for me, speaking is a big one. If you're not doing it as a business owner, you should start trying to speak in public and in as many places as possible, so that people start recognizing you. Communities also is a big thing. I think getting involved in there's a lot of online communities, real life and online communities, but getting into communities and getting invited to speak in a community is a great way of getting in front of a whole new audience of people that are not your audience, your usual. You said you're stuck in your little group in LinkedIn. I'll talk to that afterwards. I think writing is another opportunity as well. If you have a blog, a newsletter, I think anything that you can put out there to show that you are a thought leader in your own industry and whatever you're doing, and increase credibility and visibility, so people will see you in different places, not just in one. They see you in video, they see you on a live, they see you on a podcast, they see you writing an article, they see you posting. For me, I post on LinkedIn mainly, talking about the different subjects that are important to you. That's how you create your personal brand, that people start noticing you. About LinkedIn, where you were mentioning you see only the people, a little group of people, it's like it's a social network, LinkedIn. So you need to interact with the network, and that means you can go beyond your little group, but you need to go out and find those people. So there's ways to do that on LinkedIn, through filters, through reaching out to second level connections. You have Sales Navigator, am I wrong?
Yes, of course. Yes.
You can use Sales Navigator. I mean, there's lots of ways of getting out of that little, your feed, basically the people you see.
But how you can get out of that? I mean, you will tag people, or how you
So
can do it?
what you can do is you can filter and I can go into technicalities, but you can go and search like second level connections of your connections. Filter by industry or whatever is relevant to you, and then see who's in there. If there's anybody interesting, you can go and engage on their posts. You can go and connect with them. You can try and build a new network of people through that way. And whenever you engage with people and they respond to you, and you have messages back and forth, then they will see you on their feed because they've had connections with you. The algo understands that you're interested in each other, so we'll start showing your posts, and they'll start seeing you. But you need to do that. Like, it's LinkedIn's not going to do it for you. You need to go and engage with the people you'd like to, connect with.
And there is no AI tool that can do that for you.
There might be. I'm seeing a lot of AI comments, things. I mean, I have a guy who literally every time I post, the minute I post, he likes my thing, like 24/7. So clearly that's an AI machine that's doing it. And there's also, I've seen lots of, comments that are AI generated automatically as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was, but I mean, what's the point? The thing is, I think the point is to engage with these people. Again, going back to building relationships. It's a social network. You have to be social. You wouldn't go into a networking event and just go up to a person and say, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? Like, you have to go introduce warm them up, have a conversation, build a bit of trust before you actually start talking business. So it's the same thing on LinkedIn. Other things that I think work well are, having strategic partnerships with the right people. So partnering maybe with somebody who's bigger than you, or that does something different to you. And again, you get exposed to his or her, network of people or clients, audience, and you do the same for them. So there's lots of ways of getting outside of your bubble. Referrals, loyalty programs. What else have I had? I have a list of things I've written.
What programs?
If like you want to create a referral program, like if you want to send all your clients that you've ever worked with a message saying, hey, I'm starting a referral program. So if you refer a client to me, you're going to get, I don't know, a certain amount of money, or a present, or a time with you, whatever, a service, something that you can give them. That's also a great way of reconnecting with past clients and reminding them you're there, but also maybe getting new clients from them. I think it's more or less that. And for me, email marketing has worked really well. I mean, emailing people, it takes time sometimes to come back.
Yes.
So, but the thing is, even though I know you said the emails, your mailbox, and I agree, my mailbox is a nightmare. But if I send personal emails to my network, to people I know, and they keep my emails, and they answer, or they just keep it. I've had several people who've become clients because they kept my email, and like 6 months later, they were like, oh, you know what? I remember this email from Maria. They go in and they come back to me. They said, hey, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't answer at the time, but now my circumstances have changed. Would it be still okay to have a chat? And so that has happened a few times. So I think Email, I get what you're saying about email, but I think it's the spam email that people sort of neglect. If it's
Yes,
coming from
yes.
someone you know and trust, you're going to read it. I know that anytime I receive an email from, because you don't receive many from people you like and know. So I think that when you do, you're always happy to jump in and help or support or, or reconnect with them.
And you talked before about communities. Can you give me an example of a community? What do you mean engage with communities?
So, well, you can create your own community like we did with the MBA. Like we created a community of people who are, entrepreneur business owners like us. And there's opportunities of referring business to each other there. You can enter a community like the Holt that Leah Turner has on LinkedIn specifically, where there's like over 500 business owners in there that, that have, there's been lots of, referrals, collaborations, people have,
What is this community called? The Hawk.
The Holt. If you want in, I know the guy at the door, so I can get you in.
Okay.
He's called Backdoor Barry. But yes,
Okay.
so there's or you can volunteer also. I volunteer with organizations like Homeless Entrepreneur or Four Voices. And that when you do that, you meet other people who are volunteering. And again, it's an opportunity to build your network and meet people.
Absolutely.
Who do the same. So there's a lot of ways of doing this in another way than just putting posts on social media and mass emailing people. There are
mass emailing, yes.
And a lot of these things take time and effort, and so that's why I feel like often they work, because people know that you're putting in the effort to reach out to them. And
absolutely.
So that
it's no. Everything that you said was like super useful. I agree with most of the things that you said.
Yeah, and try getting articles in magazines or newspapers. Again, it's all about increasing your visibility to get people to come to you.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to add here on what. Okay, you said also many things that I also wanted to add. For example, the visibility, the participation in podcasts and live streams. Be there where the clients are. I would say networking properly, because what I've noticed is that there is also networking not properly.
So what is that?
What is that? Many times we are getting confused on who we think, or let me put it this way, where we think is our place to network. And you think, for example, let me tell you that is an example that I very strongly feel on that. So me as a salesperson, okay, as doing the business that I'm doing, I want to go to where salespeople meet and they talk about sales topics. That's the wrong place to be.
No, because they're not your clients.
None of them is your client. So
your competition.
Exactly. So it can be useful. It can be, you make friends, and I always the thing, the competitors.
No, but there might be opportunities to collaborate in those kind of networking.
Absolutely, but I would prefer to go where potential clients are.
Yeah.
Instead of being there where similar people like me are. So that's a trap of many people. Many people are getting confused. Many people are getting confused. So networking properly, that is certainly a thing to consider and to do. And the final point that I wanted to say, there's a lot of talk about guerrilla marketing and whatever that can be. I'm not a specialist on that. I will spend some time on investigating a little bit. I'm a little bit, you say I'm always skeptical, but on that thing I'm specifically skeptical.
So what is guerrilla marketing for maybe people who might not know?
It's using unorthodox marketing techniques.
Such as?
there are many different variations. I'm not an expert on the topic, but
okay, well, it would be typically like staging like an event or something, like a flash mob or something like that to go viral. That could be guerrilla marketing, or printing book slips or things to put in books in people's books, and when they buy them, I don't know. That's that kind of stuff.
Let's say that kind of stuff. But we have also the additional challenge. Let's say, if you have a business to business product, right? Like we have, or you are a doctor that talks about doctor stuff. I don't know. I mean, medical.
Yeah.
You cannot have the thousands of followers of.
No, it's very niche. Yeah, no, it's very specialized.
Because it's very specialized. And to be now frank with you, when I see somebody, let's talk about sales techniques, I will not watch that, because I had enough of sales all my day. And then I don't want to hear more about sales.
Yeah.
I want to hear something more entertaining. So that as such, it's an obstacle in our business. So I cannot be. There are many topics where I think if I would comment on those topics that are outside of what I'm doing, I would have way more, let's say, interaction.
Okay. So why don't you?
Because they are not. I mean, where we want to go this thing? Do I want to become a popular in? I want to be popular in what I'm doing, because I see this popularity also as a tool that is going to help me professionally.
Yeah.
If I'm start talking about my hobbies, for example, yes, very nice. I mean, I will become famous in, I don't know, in X hobby that I'm doing, but it's not. I mean, it's not what I want to. It's not going to help me professionally.
Well, I disagree, because I do. People buy from people, and I think that if they just see the professional Alex and they don't know like the real person Alex behind, who's fun and who does all these cool things that people haven't heard about, I think you can relate more to somebody who, you might find, because you're talking about something you're doing right now, somebody might be like, oh, actually I do that too. And that's how you connect. You start a conversation, and it might be a potential client, but you've connected over your love of dogs, or your love of what is it that you went to do recently? You told me
the paddle.
Yeah, paddle. Like, talk about paddle, that you've started paddle, and people might. That's how you start conversations. People don't connect. I mean,
Yes.
Don't really connect over business. You'll have
Yes.
business conversations, but how many business conversations in your life do you actually remember? I don't. But
No,
I
no,
will
no,
remember
no.
a conversation that I might have had with someone at a networking event or a dinner, where we were like, oh my God, you too, you love that. Yeah, I've read that book. And you just connect. And then maybe afterwards it becomes, like a business relationship, or somebody who refers you someone else. But you first have to build that relationship, to build the trust.
Yes.
And,
it needs to go outside of the frame of business.
Yeah.
Yes,
I believe that. Yeah.
You have a point, because I had some videos that went viral. I mean, viral, not extremely viral, but they went quite viral.
Yeah.
The one that went viral was because I made
for the wrong reasons, maybe.
No, were not the wrong reasons, but the one was like I made a comment that was very popular at this specific. I mean, I mentioned the name of an actor, which was. I mean, he said something that many people didn't agree, so I said to him, I posted a video that I said, "Congratulations to this guy."
Okay.
So, and when you clicked on YouTube his name, the second video that came below was my video.
Oh, amazing! But there you see, there you got visibility.
Exactly, there you go, and that was amazing. Within, I mean, it didn't last long, but I had like 4 days, hundreds of comments, most of them from haters that they hated me. But I mean, it was a very successful video because it had that specific thing. The other one was a controversial video.
Yeah.
Okay, a controversial video. So that also reached very far out. But you need to, because if you go on the business, it's boring. No, who wants?
But it's also you want to attract certain kind of people, right? There's some people, it doesn't matter if they don't like you, because those are not the people you want to work with. You want to attract the people that are like you, that have the same values and things like that. So it is important to show who you are and show your personality and what you like and things like that, because then people can really connect with you and they can be like, I mean, I know so many people who got business because they connected over something completely different. And then one day they're like, hey, actually, don't you do that? And they're like, yeah, I actually have somebody who's just told me they're looking for somebody for that. And you will feel more compelled to recommend someone with who you've had this like click moment, or that you feel like you're connecting, than someone who's just said, yeah, I do this, and you'd be like, oh, okay, and you'll have forgotten 5 minutes after you left the room.
But the haters, actually, it's a very positive group of people, because they really help you on
visibility.
on visibility, exactly.
Yeah.
So the biggest enemy is the non-visibility.
Yeah.
You can be famous for various reasons.
Yeah.
Well, very challenging, Maria, but I will know more things.
So you will report on how your marketing, letter marketing.
I will be on the Barcelona mobile exhibition that starts on the 3rd of March.
World Mobile Congress, yeah.
The World Mobile Congress is a 3-day. It's expensive. The ticket is expensive.
Yeah.
But I will pay the ticket. I will be there all 3 days. First guy in the morning, last to get out in the air, and I will give thousands of flyers there. And I will tell you after that what happened.
Good. So I'll wait to hear.
You should wait to hear. So I'm committed to that. I am prepared. I will do that, and I have a very good feeling.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
We wait to hear back.
You're going to hear, certainly. I will give you all my feedback.
Perfect.
Then maybe next year you should go there with some flyers in the...
I'm actually going to be going there with Homeless Entrepreneur to promote them. So I don't think we'll be inside, though. I don't think that they could afford the ticket, but we'll definitely be in front of the building.
Homeless Entrepreneur, that is...
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a great charity that's helping people, get off the streets, get their life back in order, and start working again.
But that's a global organization, right?
Yeah, they're based here in Barcelona, and they're working with people in the States, in UK. Yes, it's quite global.
My God, it's very sad. I don't know the title.
But it's a reality,
Absolutely.
I mean, here in Barcelona, you walk down the streets and you see lots of people on the streets. So
yes,
they need people like that are trying to help.
I think it's a very good thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So
good.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Maria. See you in 2 weeks. And I want also to thank Billy Kills for commenting, and Mr. Zoahid Khan.
Hi, Billy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.